Such a good song in my head. Hello, everybody. I wanted to start playing a song by Missy Misdemeanor Elliott, but I don't have it live. Anyway, hey, hi, everybody. How's it going? It is your girl, Michelle Kanan. I'm also known as the Satisfied Wife, and I'm live with you today. Hello, because I'm talking about one of my favorite topics, which is all about losing control. And this topic is not an easy one for me, or maybe historically it hasn't been an easy one for me. Hey girl, so good to see you here. If you're joining me live, just say hello, leave a comment, say hey girl, hey. And if you're watching the replay, you can do hashtag replay, leave a comment, and I will come back to answer all of your questions, because I'm talking about something so fun and so juicy today that is going to just affect not only the quality of your life, of your money making, but also of the relationship with your man. Hey, lady. Hello, everybody. So good to see you. I'm talking about losing control, okay? And losing control is not the easiest thing in the world for boss babes like myself, bossy ladies, demanding ladies, go-getters, visionary women, women that know what we want, right? Like women like me, I used to say there's this thing that I used to do. Hey girl, hey. There's this thing that I used to do when I was younger. I remember a memory in summer camp of me standing up in the middle of my bunk, and I had a belt in my hand. This is true. I was like 11 years old. I had a belt in my hand and I whipped it in the air, and I was just like, I know what I want and I get it. Imagine prepubescent Michelle with her glasses before she knew she had curly hair. So it was just this like triangle cut that I had from the lemon tree. Okay. So I've always known, I've always been an opinionated woman. I've always been really clear about my desires, about what I want. I've always been like go-getter, bold. People say that I'm brave, confident. Like I like to go after shit that I want. Okay. And if you're that kind of woman, drop a comment. Let me know if you are one of me. Okay. If people might have called you bossy or bitchy or demanding or stubborn or selfish, any of those kinds of words. Okay. And just in case you're shy, okay, we're going to reclaim all of that, because I've definitely been called all of those things and I don't have a problem with it whatsoever. And this is a safe space here where you can just, admit all of that stuff and just like be authentically you. Hey, oh my God, there's so many people jumping on. I love it. Okay. Now, this is amazing. That quality of knowing what you want, knowing who you are, knowing the best way for things to be, being like, seeing the solution, seeing the prize, and then having the drive and the energy to like go for it and to get it, right? That is a quality that I'm so grateful that I have. And if you have that quality too, shout out to you, because you know how to get shit done, okay? You know how to make things happen. You know how to ask for what you want. And you also can be like really clear, right? It's so clear, like, oh, that's what I want. This is the way that it needs to be done. Or this is the way that I can do that. This is the path, and these are those next steps. Like, and I'm going to get focused on making that happen, because, I'm a woman. I don't know if this is true for you, but I'm a woman that lives for my desire. And when I want something, I just like, I want it. I can't stop. Like, I can't stop thinking about it, and I want to manifest it, and I want to do all the steps, and I want to learn all the things, because it feels really good for us to get what we want, like 100% clear. However, right, like this skill of knowing how to get what we want, it can serve us really well out in the world. It can serve us really well when it comes to like our career goals, or it can serve us really well when it comes to making like our life plans. Like we have a goal, and then we like make the plan, and then we figure out how to make all those things happen. But where this doesn't necessarily serve us well, I know, right? The triangle cut. This Jufro really had a lot of things going on when I was growing up. But that doesn't necessarily serve us well when it comes to our partners. Okay, it doesn't necessarily serve us well, especially if you're in a heterosexual relationship and you are the woman and you have a man that is in your partnership. Now, I'm going to talk in generalities, okay? So if this doesn't apply to you and you don't like it, that's fine. That's cool. You can flip away now. You can move on back, all right? And it's no big deal, because I'm really specific and clear about who I'm talking to, because the work that I do helping successful women get what they want in their relationships with their man in a way that feels really good for you and really good for him too, what I do works. So I don't water down my message. I don't make it applicable to everybody. I make it really applicable for you to get what you want in your relationship with your man. But a lot of you are using the same tactics that you're using in places like your business. You're using those same tactics in like how you're reaching your life goals, and you're trying to use that energy. You're trying to use that kind of force when it comes to your man, and it's not working. It's not working, okay? And there's no shame in that because it's happening. It's like universal at this point, right? How many of us see so many messages out there, so many articles out there, so many videos out there about women doing, like emotional labor and the mental load, and that everything's on our shoulders, and we're like carrying everything, and we're sick of it, and we're resentful, and we're tired, and we're pissed off, right? That is like a normal message out there. And oh, my Instagram is not doing good things. Let me see if I can change that, and maybe it'll start back up again. Let me know, Instagram. And it is a normal experience, okay? But just because it's a normal experience, it doesn't mean it's the kind of experience that you would need to have. And that's why I'm making this video today, okay? I want to share with you something else that you can do, another way of being with your man. And this is something that I teach inside of my Goddess Wife School, and this is something that I'm going to be teaching about on Saturday because I'm having a live event, my Ignite Your Intimacy live event. You can click the link in the bio or DM me or comment, and I'll drop that link here for you, because this is so important for any powerful woman that knows what she wants but feels like she is struggling to get it in her relationship with her man. And I don't want you to struggle, because when you're unhappy and you're struggling, the truth is your man is unhappy and he's struggling too. And it doesn't have to be like that. It doesn't have to be like that. See, all the tactics that you learned about being an empowered woman work in so many different facets, right? Like I have multiple businesses, I'm living this great life, I'm in my dream home, like I'm organized, there's all these things that are happening for me, and that's amazing. But when it comes to my man, when it comes to my partner, me being in control all the time, me being clear about how things are supposed to be, or the right way for things to be, or what he's supposed to do, or how he's supposed to be, in order for me to be happy, in order for things to be good, in order for him to be what I need him to be, that's just not working. And in fact, the more controlling I try to be, the more clear, the more bossy, the more demanding, the more pushy, the more specific, the more critical, the more naggy, it was like the less I was getting from my man, the less that I was getting what I wanted or needing. And it's fucking confusing, right? It's fucking confusing because all of that energy and being visionary and being specific and being bossy and knowing what you want and demanding what you want and asking for you what you want, it works in so many other parts of your life. So why is it not working with your man? Why is it that you being clear and telling him what you want is having the opposite effect? Why is it that you reminding him, you managing him, you telling him, you creating him lists, you leading him, you explaining everything to him, why is it that it doesn't work with him if it works for, your team that you work with, if it works for your employees, if it works with your clients, if it works for other kinds of relationships out there? Okay. And it's because what we learned about men, what we learned about our relationships with our men is actually not serving us. What we learned as empowered women about how we're supposed to show up and what we're supposed to do and how we're supposed to communicate is not necessarily working. Okay. And you know that it's not working if you're not getting the results that you want in your relationship. If you're not having the experience that you want with your man, then you know that it's not working. Now, if you're a business person like me, if you saw that something wasn't working in your business, you'd never do it again, right? You'd try it once and you'd be like, well, that didn't work. And that did not get me what I wanted. Let me try a different tactic, okay? But when it comes to our relationships, we keep doing the same thing over and over that isn't working, and we just get frustrated, we get resentful, we get angry, and then we start to create stories that have been normalized around us, that men suck and men are lazy and men are pigs and men don't care and men don't want to help us and men don't have to do anything, etc., 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 etc. You tell me whatever's going on in your brain. You tell me whatever you learn, and you start to see the proof of that around you, right? You start to believe that story that is in your head, that has been normalized by so many relationships around you. And I get that. I get that because 100% I've been there, because I kept showing up in the same way over and over again in all of my relationships and getting the same results and having the same kind of dynamic with so many different men, that I started to believe that it was a them problem instead of me being able to be the solution, me being able to show up differently, me being able to do actually what I really wanted to do in order to get what I really wanted in a way that feels good for him too. Because here's the truth, right? I'm just going to ask you. Maybe you don't know. Maybe you never thought about it before. I didn't, right? I used to think that I needed my man to do certain things in order for me to be happy. I used to think that he needed to be a certain way, that he needed to do certain things, that he needed to have a certain energy. Like, I had these very clear ideas about who he was supposed to be and how he was supposed to be in order for me to feel good. Okay. And then if he wasn't showing up exactly the way that I thought that he was supposed to be, I started to get frustrated. I started to get irritated. I started to get annoyed. I started to lose trust, lose respect, lose faith. I started to have like almost a trauma response unknowingly, and started to build these expectations that I was going to be disappointed and let down, and it's not feeling the way that it's supposed to be. But the truth is that I wanted a man, that I want my man to be strong. I want my man to be confident. I want him to show up for me. I want him to surprise me. I want him to lead me. I want him to be strong. I want him to be able to hold it down for me. But I was never letting him have a chance to do that, because I was always showing up 5 minutes too early before him with all of my ideas and all of my decisions and all of the ways that I thought things were supposed to be. And I never even gave him a freaking chance. Whether it's my husband today or all of the men that I've ever dated or tried to have relationships with. And what I realized and what I want to share with you is that so many of us that grew up learning that we needed to be strong, that we need to do it all, that we don't need a man, that we can just lean in. All of us are showing up in our relationships with this energy of forcing, this energy of pushing, this energy of all about us, that we are not actually allowing ourselves to do what we truly want, which is to lean back and let go of this need to be in control so that our man can step up and be the man that we deeply want him to be and that he deeply wants to be for us too. Ooh, I'm going to take a breath right now because it's so important. It's so damn important. That's why I'm here sharing this message. That is why I'm having my Ignite Your Intimacy event on Saturday, because I'm teaching an energetic trick that I really want you to know. Okay. I want you to be conscious and understand that you have the full power and potential inside of you to not do more, to not be more bossy, to not needing to be more clear about what things are supposed to be done and how things are supposed to be. But in fact, the trick is letting go of control, learning how to lean back, learning how to shift your energy to a place of receiving, of opening, of allowing, of inviting your man to give you everything that you want without you being one step ahead of him all the way and dictating how it's supposed to be in order for you to be happy or in order for you to be satisfied. And most of us don't know how to do this. Most of us are afraid to let go of control. Most of us are trying harder and harder to stay in control and to communicate more and to be more clear with our words and to make sure that things get done and to micromanage everything. And I get that. But the question is, does that even make you happy? Does that even feel good for you? And if the answer is no, why are you going to keep doing even more of that? I get it. I've been there. And let me tell you something else. If it doesn't feel good for you, I guarantee you 100%, it does not feel good for him either. So my beautiful goddesses, the amazing women, and the men that are watching this too, because I'm streaming this to a few different places, if you find yourself in this situation, if you would like this to be different, I'm teaching a really, really simple but incredibly powerful practice, which I call the lazy lover. I'm teaching it live this Saturday inside of my Ignite Your Intimacy live event. You can send me a DM. You can click the link in bio if you're on Instagram. If you're in my Facebook group, click the banner. It's on my website, michellecannon.com/intimacy live, or send me a message so I can get you the info, because I want to teach you this really powerful energetic practice that I do in my everyday, in my relationship, also in my work, women, also because I don't want to be in control all the time. I don't want to have that burden on my shoulders, and I want to get what I want, and I want to feel good, and I want to feel satisfied, and I want to feel happy, and I want to feel juicy and turned on and taken care of. And in order for me to do that, in order for so many of us to do that, all you need to do is let go of control and let in a different kind of energy. And you can do that. You actually have it inside of you, but you just didn't learn how to do that. I never learned how to do it either, right? How many of us learned about hustling harder and pushing more and saying what we want and demanding what we deserve? And we learned about a different way of getting it. But for so many of us, it doesn't feel good to do it that way. So I want to invite you. I want to invite you to have a different kind of experience with yourself, where you learn how to play with your energy in a different way, where you learn how to activate yourself in a way that turns you on and inspires. Did you know that you can inspire your man? Did you know that you can inspire him and be a muse to him and get him excited to show up for you in your relationship? Did you know that you can inspire and delight and like give your man the energy of, oh, I want to do things. I want to show up in this way. I want to take care of her. I want to give her everything, instead of him trying to pull back more and more because he doesn't want to be controlled by you. And the truth is you don't actually want to control him either. You think you do. You think, hey, Dharma, you think that you want to tell him, you think that you want him to do all the things that you want. But you know what happens when you have a man that is just obeying you, when he's just like going through your checklist and doing all the things? One of two things happen. Either you lose respect for him, which means that you lose attraction for him, and then that sex life goes away, okay? Or he does those things, but he just pulls back more and more because you know what? It doesn't feel good to him. It does not feel good to him to be controlled by you like that. So listen, if you are a woman in a relationship with a man and you want to feel your man's power, you want to feel his confidence, you want to feel him taking care of you, you want to feel him stepping up for you, giving him what you want and giving you what you want and what you need, but you don't want to boss him around. You don't want to control him. You don't want to nag him. You don't want to force him. You just want him to like fucking do it, right? You just want him to like step up and do it. All you need to do is stop trying to do the thing that doesn't feel good for either of you and start taking responsibility for yourself in a really fun and really pleasurable way that lets you lose control so that he can, that even sounds scary, lose control. What does that even mean? What I mean is that you stop needing to boss him and tell him, okay? And that you can inspire him and invite him, and you will be surprised. You will be surprised how he steps up. You will be surprised, like shocked even, like, what? Like, is this the same man? And I can be so confident about that because I've seen this happen again and again and again for my clients. Like, I just had an email this morning from one of my clients that was just like, yo, my man brought the thunder. That's what she said. We were having a call because she was like, I don't feel the sexual energy from my husband. I just don't feel like, he's kind of mellow and he's just like, he's not doing it for me. My sex drive is higher. She's doing these practices now. And she wrote me this morning that he is showing up with a whole other energy, inspired, activated, wanting to show up as the man that she really wants him to be. And you have the power to let that happen. You have the power to invite him to do that. So if you want to learn more, click the link so that you can sign up and be on my live event where I will teach you this practice. You don't even need to be in the same room as him. You don't even need to touch him. You don't actually need to do anything. That's why I call it the lazy lover practice. You just get to lean back, and I'm going to teach you how to play with that magical energy. By the way, if you are done my Goddess Wife School before, this is a new practice that I have not taught yet inside of Goddess Wife School. This is a brand new that I'm going to be teaching live on Saturday. So I want your booties in there. And if you have any questions, leave a comment. A lot of amazing women are signing up that want their men to be activated, want their men to fuck them better, want their men to feel more connected, want to have, like, women that haven't had sex in a really long time, women that just don't feel that chemistry, that vibe. I want you to have that in your relationship. You can absolutely have that. And the power is in you, because remember, when you're in a dynamic, if one person changes, if you shift, that relationship, that dynamic, it has to shift. So somebody's asking, is this a way to fix a narcissistic personality in your relationship? Remember, we can't fix other people, but we can show up differently with different tools, and we can create change that way, because when you are different, your man will show up different too. And I'm so excited to show you exactly how to have that so that you both get everything that you want. All right? Yes. My alumni over here. I love it. My Goddess School alumni. I will see you in the training. Any questions, let me know. But quick, grab your spot. This is going to be amazing, and I can't wait to teach it to you. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.